The Weather Service has issued a red level 10 warning for disruptive rain in parts of KwaZulu-Natal. The service's highest alert level has been issued for today and tomorrow. The province is still reeling from recent deadly floods. Forecaster Jacqueline Modika joins me now. Jacqueline, thank you so much for your time this evening. It's a very worrying time for people in KwaZulu-Natal, as I can imagine that given the rains that they faced more than a month ago, which led to devastating floods, they must be in panic mode now, unsure of what to expect. Tell us what that level 10 red warning means.
A level 10 red warning, as you just have said it is the highest level of alert that we can issue for any weather phenomena. And the reason why it is a level 10 warning is because it is a similar system that caused the destruction that we had in KwaZulu-Natal twice during April, which is a cut-off low system. This is a very well-developed system, and it affects great parts of the country. Currently, it is situated over the central parts of the Northwest Province, and that is where the center or the core of the storm is. However, the rain bands stretch for hundreds of kilometers. As you can see, KwaZulu-Natal again being adversely affected by the system. So the level 10 warning, we need to take into consideration that when we issue impact-based warnings, it is a matrix that speaks about the likelihood of it happening, whether the likelihood is high, medium, or low, versus the impact that it will have. So these impacts can range from anything being minor to major, significant, and then to severe. So when it comes to the highest alert, it means there is a very high likelihood of it happening, and it happening having severe impacts. And so this is what KwaZulu-Natal is facing currently. So the system, like I said, it's well developed. The numerical prediction models is showing that it can produce anything of between 150 to 200 millimeters of rain in a 24-hour period over this area. And when we look at the impacts, especially what will be affecting KwaZulu-Natal for it to be at a level 10 is there's already great devastation that was caused because of the weather. Many communities along the coastline and its adjacent interior is already very vulnerable. Structural damages was very vast. And then soil corrosion is also something that is extremely high already. And so when in excess of 100 millimeters of rainfall, it will just exacerbate the damage that can be anticipated. Hence, the Weather Service, together with the Department of Disaster Management, made the call that this should be a level 10 warning. So people must be taking this in the seriousness as it was issued, because widespread devastation is what we expect. Widespread rain and flooding, widespread damages to infrastructure, roads, bridges could be washed away. It is once again going to lead to things like mudslides, which is very dangerous. And we want to encourage the public to participate with all the disaster management structures and all authorities that will be there trying to keep people safe. So from our side, what we can encourage the public is that stay indoors as far as possible, and where it is safe, do not try or attempt to cross any roads, any bridges where you see any amount of flooding that is taking place. And then again, people must not even attempt to cross by foot or by car any rivers or any roads, because this is where most of the fatalities come from.
Jacqueline, the last time we saw flooding, especially in KZN, that was rain over a prolonged period of time. This level 10 warning has been issued for today and tomorrow. What duration can we expect this rainfall to have?
The onset already took place today. As we currently speak, a whole lot of places, especially along the coastline, is already, from this morning up until now, receiving in excess of 50 millimeters of rain. We've seen that there is video clips already on social media and everywhere else of the roads as it looks in the Durban CBD. And then also some mudslides has already been reported. So the duration of the system to have an effect, and this is now, I'm speaking weather-wise, it rains over the area, is mainly for today, and it's going to continue most of tomorrow, and we're only starting expecting clearance of the rain to start taking place as from Monday onwards.
So you said the core of this weather system is currently over the northwest province, but that the rainfall is stretching for hundreds of kilometers. So if I'm hearing you correctly, then this rainfall is not just predicted to hit KwaZulu-Natal, while the damage is expected to be most severe in KZN because of previous infrastructure damage. Talk to us about flooding in other parts of the country.
Additional alerts has been issued, and these alerts affect provinces like the eastern parts of Gauteng, Mpumalanga, the interior of KwaZulu-Natal, not just the coastline, though the level of disruption is a little bit less. But for the interior provinces, we've issued out an alert for severe thunderstorms. So now with severe thunderstorms, the risk that is there is that there can be large amount of small hail. We are expecting some gusty, windy situations in certain parts of these provinces, and they can also, because the storms are fairly slow moving, currently there is what we call a line storm or a square line making its way through Gauteng. So this is going to be a repeat of showers and thunder showers that will come, and it will drop large amounts of rain in a short period of time, and this can lead to flash flooding of local areas in certain places. So this is an additional alert for the inland provinces that people should also be very aware of. And again, the same precautionary measures stands even when whether the rain is in the form of a severe thunderstorm or disruptive rain that the cold air advection brings for KwaZulu-Natal. Flooding is flooding, and it is always dangerous. Do not attempt to cross low-lying bridges, streams or rivers, whether it is on foot or whether it is with your vehicle, because this is where the most fatalities take place once again. And then when it comes to thunderstorms as well, motorists are also then encouraged when these storms come to try to take places of shelter, not to attempt to drive through these storms, because we know the damage that it can cause to your vehicle, to your property and so forth. So that is the additional alert that is associated with this cut-off low.
Jacqueline, my last question to you. You work very closely with provincial authorities and with disaster management services. I'm assuming they are on high alert in KZN. Have any disaster management services been alerted across the rest of the country?
Yes. So what happened is when we issue an impact-based warning, up to a level 5 warning, the South African Weather Service can issue the warning because the impacts can be significant, however not so severe. But once the criteria cross over level 6 and above, now this is where the impact could lead to widespread displacement of communities being cut off, prolonged municipal disruption to municipal services and so forth due to the weather phenomena. This is where now the South African Weather Service start having that conversation together with the disaster management authorities, because they will help us assess how to what extent the communities can withstand the impact. And then when alerts go into the orange and the red levels, this is a decision that is being taken with conversation or together with the disaster management authorities. So for a level 10 warning, this one we even involved sometimes as much as the National Disaster Management Authority for this decision to be taken. So it's not a decision that the South African Weather Service can take on their own, because the focus of these type of alerts is the impact that it will have on the communities, and these are disaster impacts, and therefore these decisions we work very closely with all disaster management, be it at local municipality level, be it at provincial, and when the need be it at a national level as well.
Well, thank you very much for that very clear information and direct advice to South Africans, especially those in KZN. Stay inside, stay safe, do not try and cross roads where flooding is apparent or low-lying bridges.